Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy King Killer back here today with another video. Thank you guys for dropping by. So in today's video, man, y'all already know what we on. We about to be rebuilding the brand new Phoenix Suns, as they did go ahead and trade for Kevin Durant before the trade deadline. And if you guys missed it, the full trade details for this one was the Suns ended up getting Kevin Durant and TJ Warren, and then the Nets ended up getting Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, and 4 first-round picks. And I believe 3 of them are unprotected. I think one of them is only a pick swap. But yeah, they definitely won the trade by getting Kevin Durant, just because you already had Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and they didn't have to give up any of their big 3 to get Kevin Durant. And I'm surprised because I thought DeAndre Ayton would have been on the table if they were going to trade for Kevin Durant. I thought Brooklyn would have wanted DeAndre Ayton, but I don't know if Suns didn't want to give him up or the Brooklyn Nets just didn't want him. But this is definitely a big W for the Phoenix Suns because they didn't have to touch their 3 main guys. And now you add Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers in NBA history, to this team. Is definitely going to be scary. And yeah, I didn't really think he was going to end up getting traded. I actually thought Brooklyn might have tried to work something out with him to try to keep him around, maybe try to build something around him, but I guess he just didn't want to be in Brooklyn. And I mean, what's his face? Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith, for what they got back for Kyrie, I mean, it wasn't bad. They didn't get it. Like, I mean, that's pretty good pieces to surround Kevin Durant. You got a really good defender and you got a good player in Spencer Dinwiddie, somebody that's a proven veteran. And I kind of thought that they could make some noise in the playoffs. I didn't think they'd win it, but I think they'd put up like maybe a fight. And then you also got Ben Simmons, but it also sucks because Ben Simmons wasn't what they wanted him to be. And I think that really affected Kevin Durant too, and Kyrie Irving, because they thought they were going to be getting some other type of player, but in reality they ended up getting like the Ben Simmons that Ben Simmons is right now, which sucks because Ben Simmons did used to be a really good player, but for whatever reason, right, but he ended up not doing good, or he ended up kind of falling off. But coming over here to the lineup rotation, I'm just trying to figure out who and who's gonna get minutes. But let me know down below what you guys think about this trade. Do you guys think this is a W trade? Do you guys wish you would have kept your young core? What do you guys think about this trade overall? Because I definitely think it was surprising. I thought, if anything, I thought they would have waited to like the off season maybe to try to trade him, because he ended up getting traded while I was recording the Kyrie Irving video, and I was like, oh damn, that's so crazy. But yeah, so taking a look at the lineup for season number 1, we got Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Torian Craig, and DeAndre Ayton. Off the bench, we got TJ Warren, Cameron Payne, Damian Lee, and Jock Landale. And taking a look at, wait, I did have, yeah, okay, so 9-man rotation. And then taking a look at system proficiency for this team, 4.5 pace and space. Is there anything better? No, so we will go ahead and run pace and space, and then we are gonna go ahead and change some of the shot tendencies. I think, who do I want the main guy to be? You know, I think I'm going to have Durant as the main guy. So we're going to have him taking 99 with the 99 shot tendency. Booker said a 95. Chris Paul could go up a little bit to a 65. Aiden could go up a little bit to a 75. TJ Warren could go up to a 70. Torian Craig could definitely go up a little bit to like a 55. Cameron Payne could stay at a 70. Damian Lee can go up a little bit to a 60. He's not going to play for us. He's not going to play for us. I guess he could go up a little bit to a 55, and I believe that's everybody. Patrick Beverley's on this team. Did I miss something? I don't remember him actually getting, or maybe he signed there as a free agent. I'm not too sure, but yeah, so this is going to be the lineup that we are rocking with. We are going to go ahead and simulate one game real quick just to see how we do. And we end up winning by 5 points against the Indiana Pacers, as Devin Booker dropped 38 points. Kevin Durant dropped 22 on good efficiency. Damn, Devin Booker's like, nah, you ain't taking over. This is my team. This is my team. DeAndre Ayton with about 18 and 17 rebounds. Chris Paul with 10 points and 19 assists. Okay, so we don't really need Chris Paul to be a scorer no more. As long as he can get us like 9-10 assists and play some good defense, I'll be fine with that. So we are going to go ahead and simulate the rest of the season, and I will catch you guys at the end of season number 1. Alright, so at the end of season number 1, Luka winning MVP, Paolo winning Rookie of the Year, Russell Westbrook in Toronto winning 6th Man of the Year. He ended up getting traded again. Yeah, he ended up getting traded again. Nicholas Claxton, Defensive Player of the Year, and then Segun winning Most Improved, with JB Bickerstaff being Coach of the Year. And taking a look at the All-NBA teams, do we get anybody? Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. Only Kevin Durant made it. Devin Booker didn't make it. Okay. And then All Defensive team, do we get anybody? I doubt it. No, we do not. So take a look at where we finished on the year. We ended up finishing as the 5th seed. We only won 43 games. We go 43-39. But then again, I mean, we didn't have a full season. I forgot what record we started off the video, but I'm not too worried about that. We are in the playoffs and we are not in the play-in tournament, so I'm not too worried. And Kevin Durant averaged 27.5 points with 6.5 boards and 5 assists. Devin Booker 26 points, 4.5 rebounds and 6 assists. DeAndre Ayton, there we go, with 17.5 points and 10.5 boards. And Chris Paul with about almost 13 points, 9 assists, almost 2 steals a night. Was he efficient? Okay, so he's still pretty efficient from 3, not too much from the field. Free throws pretty good. And then TJ Warren with about 11 points, being our 6th man. And he was actually really good. 50% from the field, 38% from 3, and then 78% from the free throw line. I'll definitely take that. Cameron Payne with about 10 and 5 off the bench. Shamit, I don't really think he played for us, but he did average about close to 9 points. Damian Lee with about 8.5. Was he efficient? Okay, he was really efficient from deep. Torian Craig with about 8 and 6, and then Beverly didn't play for us, and then Jock ended up averaging about 6 and 4 off the bench. So I am gonna go ahead real quick and adjust these rotations real quick. But yeah, that's so crazy. I didn't think Kevin Durant was gonna get traded like that. I honestly thought he would have got traded during the offseason. And it was kind of a shocker to see that. I really thought him, like, after that whole drama, I think just him being in Brooklyn, it was just so much drama going on. I just think he didn't want to even deal with it at that point, especially when Kyrie left. I think that was probably like the final straw. So we are taking on the Los Angeles Clippers in round 1, as they did get Bones Highland. Did they get anybody else? They also got Mason Plumlee, which I thought was a pretty good pickup for them because they did need a backup center. And I don't really think they added anybody else. They also brought back Aaron Gordon. That's pretty cool to see. So we are going to go ahead and simulate the round, and we are going to end up winning in 7 games. Let's go, as we do beat the Los Angeles Clippers. So game number 1, we did end up losing. Kevin Durant with 28, and then DeAndre Ayton with 23 and 10. Game number 2, we ended up winning as Booker dropped 46 points, 9 rebounds and 7 assists. KD with 28 and 10. Game number 3, we ended up winning by 4 points. Kevin Durant dropped 32 and Booker dropped 31. Game number 4, we ended up losing as Booker dropped 24 and Chris Paul and Durant dropped 20. Game number 5, we ended up losing by 2 points as KD dropped 24 and 13 and Warren with 19. And then game number 6, we ended up winning as Kevin Durant dropped 27 and then Booker dropped 20. And then DeAndre Ayton was 17 and 17, not bad. And then game number 7, we ended up winning by 10 points as Durant dropped 37 points and Booker dropped 24. So we are now facing the Denver Nuggets. Did they add anybody else? No, they didn't. So they did ask Thomas Bryant though in real life. So I mean, that was a pretty good pickup for them. So we're gonna go ahead and simulate the round once again, and boom, just like that, we are in the Western Conference Finals as we sweep the Denver Nuggets, the 1st seed. That's what I'm talking about. Game number 1, we ended up winning. 47 points from Kevin Durant and 10 rebounds. That's the KD I know. DeAndre Ayton with about 24 and 8, and then Booker with 16 and 12 assists. Game number 2, Kevin Durant dropped 25 points, 6 rebounds and 6 assists, and TJ Warren dropped 20. Game number 3, Booker dropped 35 and 10. Kevin Durant dropped 25, 6 and 9 with 2 steals and 2 blocks. And then game number 4, we ended up blowing them out as we did have Chris Paul dropping 30 and 12 assists with 4 steals and 4 rebounds. And then Booker dropped 23, 8 and 10. Moving on to face the Dallas Mavericks, a little revenge series. KD going up against Kyrie and Luka going up against Devin Booker. Did they add anybody else? It doesn't seem like it. So they pretty much have the same team. And we're going to go ahead and simulate game number 1 as we do end up losing. Luka dropping 37, Durant. Come on. I'm gonna need these guys to step up. Actually, I want to go ahead and adjust the minutes real quick. I want to give these guys a couple extra minutes, and I think that will come from go ahead and lower. We can go ahead and do something like this, I guess. We could drop him down to like 12, and then we can go ahead and give Booker and Durant a couple more minutes. So game number 2, do we end up winning? We don't. We end up losing. Okay. Game number 3, we end up winning barely by 3 points. You see right here, game number 2, Kyrie and Luka dropped 30 plus, and then Booker and Chris Paul dropped 21. Game number 3, Aiden dropped 32 and 10. Durant with 29. Booker with 25. Okay, we're gonna need all 3 of these guys to step up. And game number 4, we end up losing by 8 points. Luka just putting up crazy numbers. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and simulate the rest of the round, and oh, we force a game 7, but we end up losing. No. All right, so game number 5, we ended up winning by 2 points. Paul with 28, Aiden with 25, and then Durant with 23. Game number 6, we ended up winning by 9 as Booker dropped 31, Durant with 23, and then Aiden with 23 and 21. Game number 7, they just blew us out. That's 2 years in a row the Mavericks blow out the Phoenix Suns. So they are going to be facing the Chicago Bulls of all teams, and Chicago ends up winning. It's funny because they're actually one of 3 teams that didn't make a trade. I think it was like Miami, Chicago, and there was another team that didn't make a trade. But we are going to go ahead and run it back, and I think okay, so Chris Paul doesn't retire, so that's good. Nobody else retires on the team. So I think I want to go ahead, and I'm not sure if I want to play KD at the 4 or at the 3. I'm going to go out in free agency, and if I could try to get somebody that's like a 3, I think it depends what I find in free agency. If I could find a good 3, then I'll go ahead and run Durant at the 4. But if I find a good 4, then I'll go ahead and run Kevin Durant at the 3. So I'm going to go ahead and start making some moves, and I will catch you guys at the start of season number 2. Alright, so real quick, I am going to want to go ahead and get a player in this year's draft. So I am going to be trading Shamit and 3 second-round picks to the Kings for pick number 17. Do they accept this trade? And they do. So now we can go ahead and draft a player that we need because we don't really have any young assets on the team. So taking a look at who we can draft, I preferably want a small or power forward. We could get Max Lewis, but I also would like somebody that's good at defending. So taking a look at who we got here, there's not really too many good defenders. I mean, we could take Dylan Mitchell, but he is a power forward. I mean, actually, he might be a good player, but I kind of want to see how Max Lewis is. But then again, we could just move him to the 3. But I do want defense on this team because I know we don't really got too much defense. So I'm not too sure because I know I could just move Max Lewis to a small forward. But I don't know if I want him or if I want... or maybe I don't know. This is actually a tough one. I mean, he could shoot for the midi, so you know what, I might end up taking this guy. I hope I don't regret this, but I think I'm gonna select Mitchell, and then seeing what overall he is, hopefully he's not too low. He's a 73. That kind of hurts a little bit, not gonna lie. That kind of hurts because I know the other dude would have been higher, right? The other dude would have been higher. Max Lewis, what did he go at? He ended up going, I mean, he was a 75, so he went right after us too. So, I mean, not too bad. Seeing real quick, actually, if I do move him positions, will he go up? Where is he at? No, he actually goes down. Okay, so we're gonna have to play him at the power forward spot. And yes, taking a look at the qualifying offers, I don't think I'm gonna offer him one, but I will offer Jock. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start making some moves, and I will catch you guys at the rotations for season number 2. Alright, and real quick, another trade I want to do is I want to get some better depth. So I am going to be trading Damian Lee and a first round pick to the Milwaukee Bucks for Grayson Allen and a first round pick. And they just had to go ahead and add an exception to this. So we just welcome Grayson Allen to the Phoenix Suns. Alright, so for season number 2, this is what the rotation is looking like. We got Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Dylan Mitchell, and DeAndre Ayton. Off the bench, we got TJ Warren, Grayson Allen, Cameron Payne, and DeMarcus Cousins. And taking a look at system proficiency for this team, it is going to go ahead and stay pace and space 4.5 stars. And then taking a look at these shot tendencies, Kevin Durant can stay at a 99, Devin Booker can stay at a 95, DeAndre Ayton can stay at an 80, Chris Paul can stay right there, TJ Warren could go up a little bit, he could go down a little bit, Baisley won't be playing for us, Grayson Allen can definitely go up to about like 62, and then DeMarcus Cousins can go down a little bit to a 75, and then Mitchell could actually go down a little bit to a 60. So I think I'm comfortable running this team. I think I still want Kevin Durant to be taking the most shots. But if I see halfway through the season, because Kevin Durant is already 35 years old. Actually, you know what? I think I want to switch it. Devin Booker can go ahead and go up to a 99. And then Kevin Durant can drop down a little bit to a 95 since he is up there in age. And I mean, this is going to be Devin Booker's team. So we are going to go ahead and simulate one game real quick. I was kind of afraid of that. We do lose by 13 points. Devin Booker with 31, Durant with 23. How did our rookie do? He scored 10 and 7. I mean, not bad. Okay, you know what? I think we should be fine. DeAndre Ayton only scored 2 points. You know what? Let's simulate one more game, see how we do. Oh, that wasn't even any better. All right, one more game, and then we'll just simulate the rest. Okay, so we start off 0-3, so we are not looking too good. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and simulate season number 2, and if I need to make any trades, I'll go ahead and catch you guys at the trade deadline. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline, and I am going to make a couple of moves just because we're not really as good as I thought we'd be. So one of the moves we're going to be making is sending Darius Bazley and Isaiah Thomas to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Kyle Anderson and Wendell Moore Jr. Do they accept this trade? And yes, they do. All right, and the last trade that I'm going to be making is sending TJ Warren and DeMarcus Cousins to the Dallas Mavericks for Kelly Oubre Jr. and Davis Bertans. Do they accept this trade? Yes, they do. All right, so we're here at the end of season number 2. Luka winning MVP, Victor winning Rookie of the Year, Brandon Miller winning Sixth Man, Nicholas Claxton Depoy, Darius Garland Most Improved, and then Nate McMillan winning Coach of the Year as he goes 62-20. All NBA teams, do we get anybody? And we surprisingly do not get anybody on the team. What about defensive team? We do not get anybody on the all defensive team. So taking a look at where we finished on the year, we ended up going 45-37, good enough for 4th in the West. Not really what I'd expect, but the West wasn't really that good. Only 3 teams made it to over 50 wins. I mean, you know what? I'll take it. And then taking a look at the player stats, Booker leading the way with 23.5 points. Durant with 21.5, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Aiden took a little bit of a step back as he did average only 16.5 points, but he did average 11 rebounds and then over a block a night. Kelly Oubre as our 6th man with about 13 points. Was he efficient? Not really. We might need to look for a better 6th man in the offseason. Grayson Allen with about 10 points. Was he efficient? Okay, so he was pretty efficient, so I might make him our 6th man. Chris Paul with about 10 points and 10 assists. He is starting to fall. He is starting to regress a lot. Cameron Payne with about 9 and 4.5 off the bench. Our rookie Dylan Mitchell with about 7 and 5.5 boards. Kyle Anderson with about 6 points. Actually, I think I have to adjust his shot tendency. I don't really think he was shooting. I think he has a low shot tendency. And then taking a look at the rest of the guys right here that didn't play. So real quick, I am going to go ahead and adjust his shot tendency. And where is he at? Yeah, Kyle Anderson only had a 43 shot tendency. Let's get that up to about a 65. And then taking a look at the rotations, I think I'm gonna want to go ahead and edit them just a little bit so he could get a little bit less. Grayson Allen, I think I want to make Grayson Allen our 6th man, so he could go down just a little bit. He could go up a little bit. DeAndre Ayton could get about 34. Kyle Anderson could get about 28. Durant could get about 36, and then Chris Paul could get about 30. So we are facing the Minnesota Timberwolves in round number 1. Do they have anybody else? They added Jakob Poeltl, Drew Eubanks, Seth Curry, Darius Bazley. Okay, so they did add a good amount of players. So we are going to go ahead and take them on in round number 1. I'm not too worried about them, but we do end up winning in 6 games. Okay, I kind of thought I jinxed myself just a little bit. We did end up winning by 6 points. Aiden with 23 and 11, Booker with 22, and then Kevin Durant with 18 points. Game number 2, we did end up losing. Allen leading the way off the bench with 18 points, 16 for Booker and 14 for Durant. Game number 3, we ended up losing as Edwards dropped 32, but Booker dropped 32 as well. Aiden with 20 and 12. Game number 4, we ended up winning by 3 points. Durant dropping 30, DeAndre Ayton with 25 and 12. Game number 5, we ended up winning as Devin Booker and Kevin Durant both dropped 23. Game number 6, we ended up winning as we did close them out, and Kevin Durant dropping 37 points at age 35, and then DeAndre Ayton with 28, and then Allen off the bench with 25 points. Taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder, KD's old team. They did add Miles Bridges, and I believe that's about it. They didn't really add anybody else. Oh, they brought back Diablo, right? Yeah, they ended up bringing them back. So we are gonna face them. Not too confident in this one because they are a better seed than us, but we are gonna go ahead and simulate, and we do end up winning, as they might have been a higher seed, but we did have the better players, the more veteran experience. And game number 1, we ended up winning as Booker dropped 23, Durant with 22, Aiden with 21. Game number 2, we ended up blowing them out as Durant dropped 52 points, 8 rebounds and 10 assists. That's what I'm talking about. Only missing 5 shots, going 21 of 26. Booker with 22, 7 and 7. Game number 3, we did end up beating them as Kevin Durant dropped 30, DeAndre Ayton with 23, and then game number 4, we did end up losing by 10 as Aiden dropped 27 and 10, Paul with 22 and 12, and then game number 5, we ended up winning by 12 points, Booker dropping 40 and Durant with 27. Okay, facing the 7-seeded Rockets. I don't want to jinx myself here, but they are the 7th seed, and they're the same thing with OKC. They're a young team, so they don't really have experience. They brought in Thomas Bryant. Anybody else? No, they didn't. Oh, they brought back Kyle Lowry. Okay, they must have signed him in free agency. So we are going to go ahead and simulate game number 1 as we do end up blowing them out. DeAndre Ayton with 27 and 11, Booker with 22. Game number 2, we end up winning by 7 points as Durant dropped 25, Booker with 20. Game number 3, let's go up 3-0, baby. They end up winning by 6 points. Booker with 27, Durant with 23. Come on. Yeah, some of these guys didn't even score. Come on, I need you guys to step it up just a little bit. Game number 3, we do end up winning by 7 points as Durant dropped 24 and Booker with 21. Ayton with 18 and 10. Let's simulate and go to the finals. Come on. We lose by 3 points. Come on, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't make them come back. Come on. We are going to simulate this one with Simcash just to make sure they don't come back. And first quarter starting off, we end up as a tie. Second quarter, we do go down by 7, but third quarter, we are making a comeback right here as we are trying to make a little bit of a take a little bit of an edge right here. Fourth quarter right here, we are up by 3, going back and forth. Come on, going back and forth. I might want to hop into this one just to get some gameplay. We are down by 3. Come on, we're down by 3. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hop into this game. All right, so real quick, I am gonna try to get the starters in as we are playing defense against Jalen Green. Come on, don't let him blow by you. Devin Booker, not the best defender. Hands up. Oh no, who's that? Jabari Smith. No, he's gonna go ahead and miss that, so we catch a break right here. Who's in? I don't think all of our starters are in right now, so we are gonna go to give it to Cameron Payne. Let him probably get a screen real quick as we are gonna do a little bit of a pick and roll. We're gonna lob it. That might have been a bad choice. Yeah, I don't know why I was doing that. All right, come on, let's try to get a steal right here. Got to get a stop definitely, and I think we're running man right now, so we're gonna go. Yeah, we're running man, and Durant didn't block it. Come on, get the rebound. He somehow gets it, misses it. Whew. Okay, we just caught a break right there. Come on, got to get somebody open right now. Kevin Durant maybe. Oh, he's jumping. Durant pull up midi. No, he misses, but Ayton throws it back down. We are now only down by 1 point with 39 seconds left. Okay, we just got to get one stop, and we could potentially go to the finals. Come on. I know Phoenix fans want to see this happen, and we do get a steal right there. All the way. Come on, come on, come on. Trailing Durant, pull up midi. Boom, let's go. As we do go up by 1 point, the Rockets need to take a timeout. All right, 28 seconds to go. We just got to get one stop. Come on, playing a little bit. Let's play some little bit defense right here. Come on. Oh, he's trying to go all the way around. Don't get that blow by. He hits it. He hits it. Okay, 20 seconds to go. We are down by 1 point. Give it to Booker or give it to Kevin Durant. Gonna go ahead and ask for a quick ISO. We're gonna win this at the buzzer right now. We are gonna go ahead, get a screen. Booker for the win. Yes, let's go. Booker drops down the 3. We do go up by 2. Come on, one stop. Don't let them hit a 3. Come on. Who's trailing? I could go ahead and help out a little bit. DeAndre Ayton right here. Come on. No way he hits that. Woo! And just like that, baby, we are going to the NBA Finals once again. All right, so taking a look at the box score for game number 6, Kyle Anderson led the way with 18 points. DeAndre Ayton 18 and 14. Chris Paul was 17 and 11. Durant and Booker only had 11 and 14 points. Come on, we need y'all to step it up. Y'all supposed to be our 2 leading scorers as we are going to be facing the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA Finals. Did they add anybody else? They added, oh yeah, they added Sadiq Bey, and I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So we are going to go ahead and simulate game number 1 as we do end up winning by 9 points. Devin Booker dropped 33, Kevin Durant with 28, and then DeAndre Ayton with 22. Game number 2, they end up blowing us out by almost 40 points. Wow. Trae Young with 44, Durant 19, Ayton 17, Booker 16. Come on. We need you guys to step it up. You're in the NBA Finals. Chris Paul, this is probably going to be Chris Paul's last season. Try to get him a ring as we lose by 2 points. No. Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and adjust some of these minutes real quick. Anderson, I guess, could get a little bit less. He could get a little bit less. He could go up. Both these guys could go up 1. And then, you know what? We could go ahead and make Kelly Oubre our 6th man. And who else needs some minutes? We could go ahead and give Cameron Payne like 1 more minute. Like 2 more minutes. Okay, so game number 3. Come on, don't lose this. Come on, we are in the finals. I'm not really sure how good this team will be next season, just because Kevin Durant will be up there in age as they're starting to come back just a little bit. Come on, I don't want to have to hop into another game. Come on, down by 10, down by 15. No. Oh, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. I don't think we're gonna end up winning it. Come on, we are down 3-1. Come on, down by 4 points. No, I don't think we have enough in us. No, we don't have enough, and the Phoenix Suns are gonna fall to the Atlanta Hawks. We lose in the championship. We only won game number 1. Come on, I don't even want to check the box scores. Let me just go ahead and show you guys the playoff stats real quick. Durant with 24, Booker with 22. Come on, Booker has to step it up though. He's only 27. He's supposed to be in his prime right now. He should be averaging like 26, 27, 28. Aiden with about 19 and 11. He stepped it up. Chris Paul was all right. Grayson Allen was all right. Okay. Oh, Mitchell only 5 points. He's not really much of a scorer though, so I can't really fault him for that. Actually, you know what? He is a good scorer, so he'll probably have a bigger role next season. So we are going to go ahead and simulate to season number 3. And I'll just catch you guys at the start with the rotations. But we're going to definitely need to make some moves because I'm pretty sure Chris Paul is going to retire, right? Oh, surprisingly, he doesn't retire. Okay, so he doesn't retire, but he probably won't be our starting point guard going into next year. So I'm going to go ahead and start making some moves, and I will catch you guys at the start of season number 3. Alright, and real quick, the only trade I'm going to be making is sending Cameron Payne and Jose Alvarado that I signed in free agency to the Orlando Magic for RJ Hampton and Caleb Houston. Do they accept this trade? They want a second, or they want to exchange seconds. Okay, we could go ahead and do that. So welcome to the team, RJ Hampton. Alright, so for the final season here in Phoenix, this is what the rotation is looking like. We got CP3, Booker, Durant, Anderson, and Aiden. Off the bench, we got Hampton, Allen, Mitchell, and Wendell Moore Jr. Taking a look at the system proficiency for this team, it is going to be 4.5 balanced or pace and space. Is there anything else? No. So I think we'll go ahead and run with, I think we'll do pace and space for the final year. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies for the players, I think it's time for Devin Booker to step up and be that first guy. Aiden could stay at an 80. Chris Paul can go down a little bit to a 62. Kyle Anderson could go up a little bit to a 65. RJ Hampton will be our 6th man, so he could go up to a 70. Mitchell could go up to a 65. Grayson Allen could go up a little bit to a 70. And then Wendell Moore could go down a little bit to a 65. So I think this is what the rotation is going to look like. We are going to go ahead and simulate one game just to see how we do. And we do lose by 10 points. Not the best showing, honestly, but you know what? We don't really have, damn, Chris Paul got 8 steals in this game. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and simulate. I'm hoping we could at least avoid the play-in tournament and maybe have like a 50-win season, because we've yet to have one this year. I mean, this video. So we're gonna go ahead and simulate, and I will catch you guys at the end of season number 3. All right, so we are here at the end of season number 3, taking a look at where we finished. We go 44 and 38. Good enough for 6th in the West, but that's not where I wanted to be. Come on. I don't know why it's so hard to rebuild the Phoenix Suns. So taking a look at the player stats for the year, we had, who was our leading scorer? Booker with 21.5 points. Durant with only 19.5. Well, I mean, he is 36. Aiden with only 18 points and almost 13 rebounds. RJ Hampton with about 12 points off the bench. Allen with about 12. Kyle Anderson with about 10.5. Was he efficient? He really wasn't. Chris Paul with only 8.5 points and 8.5 assists with over a steal and a half a game. Mitchell with only 7.5 points. I would have thought he would have took a bigger leap this season. And then Wendell Moore Jr. only averaging 6 points. Not really the best shooting team. I think that might be a problem. But also too, I can't believe Devin Booker only averaged 21 points. Like, you 28 years old, you should be averaging about like 28 points for us. Durant, I can kind of see why he's dropped off just a little bit, because he is already 36 years old. And then Aiden should be scoring more points as well. He's only 26. But we are facing the Sacramento Kings. Did they add anybody else? They added Drummond, Victor Oladipo, Grant Williams, Royce O'Neal. Okay, so they definitely added a lot of players. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel too confident going into this. So I'm gonna let the CPU decide who should get the most minutes. So this is what I guess we're gonna be rocking with for the playoffs. And yeah, taking on the Sacramento Kings, we're gonna go ahead and simulate the round. And okay, so we do win in 6 games. Let's go. Game number 1, just gonna show you guys the stats real quick. Aiden with 23, Booker with 21, Durant with 20. Game number 2, Booker with 33, Anderson with 21. Game number 3, we ended up winning as DeAndre. Aiden dropped 25 and Booker dropped 20. Game number 4 we lost as Anderson dropped 20 and Durant with 19. Game number 5 we ended up beating them. Durant 28, Aiden with 25 and 10. And then game number 6 we ended up winning as Kevin Durant dropped 43 points at the age of 36. Devin Booker with 32 points. Devin Booker should be dropping those type of numbers. But here in round number 2, we are facing the Oklahoma City Thunder once again. They do have Cole Anthony. Who else did they add? They brought back Baisley. So they added a couple of guys. Not really sure how this one's gonna turn out. So we are just gonna go ahead and simulate the round, and we end up losing. Okay, so this rebuild was, I'm not gonna lie, this was kind of hard just because Devin Booker wasn't really scoring the way he needed to be scoring. He's supposed to be like a 25 plus point guy, and he was only averaging about like 21, 22 for us. And then Durant was getting up there in age. Chris Paul wasn't really scoring at the end of his career either. So this was definitely a hard rebuild to do, but in real life, I'm curious to see how this does play out. Obviously, I think in real life, I think they'll be fine just because, you know, they have Devin Booker, they have Chris Paul, they have Kevin Durant, they have Aiden. I'm pretty sure they have like so much talent on that team. They should figure this out. So I'm not really too worried. It's just more about like the role players that they surround these guys with. How are they going to do to help complement them? But anyways, that's going to go ahead and that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to go drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 1K. And make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll stay safe. Catch y'all next time. Peace.